Hello my friends, Misty here with Queen Bee's Vintage. Welcome to or welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I will be showing you how I create this big garland over my front door. It's filled with picks and ribbon and ornaments and lights, and I think it's a lot of fun. I'm happy with how it turned out. So I hope you will stay with me, and I hope you enjoy today's video. Let's get into it. First, I'm going to begin by taking 2 of these 12-foot inexpensive garlands. You can pick these up at Walmart or Michael's. Most any other craft stores do carry these. And I'm securing it to some nails and hooks that I already have in place around my door from previous years. So once I get this placed, I will fluff it. And I already did some fluffing prior to hanging it, but I will just go in and make a few tweaks, and then I will move on to the next step. Here, my screws that I want to attach the garland to are a little bit further onto the outside of the door frame. So I am just going to use these white pipe cleaners to secure it without having to move my garland to the outside of this stucco door frame. So that's what I'm doing here. Now that my garland base is placed, I'm going to go in with these multi-function lights that I pick up at Walmart. I absolutely love these lights. This particular strand has 16 different functions, and they're just a lot of fun. You can go from just having the lights on steadily to blinking, flashing, twinkling. I just think they're wonderful, and they add a really nice touch. So I'm just going to go in and get these secured throughout the garland, and I am just taking these and putting them onto the garland and using the branches of the garland to twist around the lights to secure them into this base piece of the garland. Once I finish this up, I'll move on to the next step. Next, we are going to be adding this red and white striped deco mesh into the base garland. I am just going to be using some red pipe cleaners to do this. And there are a lot of tutorials out there. A lot of people like to measure exactly between each deco mesh poof that they create. I don't do that. I just eye it up. So I'm just taking the end of the deco mesh and gathering it together, and I'm going to secure it with a red pipe cleaner. I am taking these red pipe cleaners and wrapping them entirely around the base garland and then securing the deco mesh. So I am just going to go along and do this, and then once I get all the deco mesh placed, we'll move on to the next step. Now that I have my red and white deco mesh placed, which gives that kind of peppermint candy cane look, I'm going to go in with this light brown, almost burlap colored deco mesh. And what I'm doing here is I am taking my poofs and I'm actually alternating which side I put the brown poofs on so that you will see the red and white as well as the brown, and one deco mesh isn't lying over the top of the other. So I'm kind of crisscrossing it back and forth over the top of the red and white deco mesh. I hope that makes sense in the way I'm explaining this. So once I get that done, I am going to move on to the next step and start adding some ribbon and other elements to this. So the sun is getting super intense in my courtyard and onto my porch, so I'm kind of having to film this in little segments. So now that I have the brown deco mesh done, I'm trying to show you here that I took a thinner ribbon style deco mesh and went over the top of both layers of deco mesh and created some curls with that. Now I'm going to go in with this red and white striped ribbon, and I'm going to attach this into the existing pipe cleaners that I've been using, and I'm going to wind the ribbon through, just creating some poofs and a layer over the top of my deco mesh pieces. With my red and white striped ribbon in place, I'm going to go in with these large picks from Hobby Lobby. You did see me use these in my mantle as well if you watched that video. And I'm going to be using 2 of these on either side of the top of the doorway. And I'm just going to fluff them and secure them into place. These smaller picks that kind of tie in with them, I'm going to go in and attach just below and kind of draping down the side of the garland. These I picked up at the 99-cent store last year. The Dollar Tree and the 99-cent store are always a great place to look for floral picks. Sometimes you can find some nice quality pieces there. The picks in place, I am now going to go in with these large ornaments that I picked up at Michael's a few years ago. They seem to have ornaments like this every year. So what I want to do is I am going to place one on each corner of the top of the doorway. And yes, I can see that if you're looking at the screen, the right corner of the doorway seems to be a little bit lower than the left corner, and I am going to go in and fix that as best I can as I move forward here. Also, please don't mind the cobwebs on the stucco. I am going to have to go in with my Webster and remove those. I should have done it beforehand, but I am way behind schedule and just anxious to get this going, so I will do this cleanup afterwards. Now I'm going to go in with some more great oversized ornaments that I picked up at Michael's a few years ago. I have 2 of these, and I am going to place one on each side of the doorway so that the positioning kind of matches and I have good symmetry here. I picked these bells up at the Dollar Tree last year and never ended up using them. So I'm going to create some little bell clusters using some pipe cleaner. I'm going to string each bell onto the pipe cleaner, give it a few twists, and create a little cluster with these. These are also going to get hung on each side of the doorway, again adding symmetry to both sides. So I'll get those in place and show you how this looks. Now I'm going to go in with these colorful oversized lights I picked up at Walmart. I decided last minute to do these, and I'm sorry I didn't film placing them just because the sun was so intense at that point. So what I did is I just went through, I tied them in with my existing pipe cleaner, and all of the other elements that I will be adding to this will cover the cord, and I think it'll turn out nice. So let's see what happens. As you can see, I've added this fun metal Santa Stops Here arrow to the garland, and I think this looks really cute. I'm going to add another metal sign on the other side, and I think it'll look really cute. Once I get the rest of my bell clusters placed, we are going to be going in with some ribbon clusters as well. Oh boy, how about my voice in this voiceover I'm doing? I just woke up. It's super early in the morning. My voice keeps going in and out. It sounds like I have a frog in my throat. So sorry about that, friends. You'll have to bear with me. Let's add some more picks. I'm going to go in with these green curly Q glitter picks, and I'm going to add them just above these larger ornaments. I'll do one on each side. And as you can see, I did hang this enamel reindeer sleigh ride sign. What I did is I just hung it from a nail on the wood trim that's just slightly inset from the stucco trim that is around the door frame. I just used a nail and I hung it up there. And then what I did is I took a red glittered reindeer that I had from the Dollar Tree from years past, and I placed that up in the center of my garland just above the sign, and I really like how that's looking. Now I'm going in with these red glittered curly Q picks, and I'm putting them just behind the larger ornaments on the opposite side of the green picks. So I'm going to get those set, and then we will move on. Sorry, this video isn't the best quality as far as the filming goes. It's an odd angle because it is a covered porch and there is a column that kind of interferes with all of this. And it is the most beautiful day today. I couldn't have picked a better day to come outside and do this. I'm already starting to get a sunburn, and I'm just really having a lot of fun with this. So I hope you're enjoying how this is coming together. Now for our ribbon clusters. For those of you that have been watching me, you have seen me put these together before. I did do these ribbons instead of all of them at 9 or 10 inches. I did them in varying sizes, the longest being on the bottom of the stack, and then layering them according to size and pattern in a crisscross pattern on top of that. And then I'm just going to attach them with the existing pipe cleaners. On this one here, I just decided to use 2 ribbons, and I wanted to add these ornaments. So I just put a pipe cleaner onto my ornament topper, and I've secured it around the 2 pieces of ribbon, and I'm going to go in and secure this around the garland. This is just kind of a hodgepodge of leftovers. I knew I wanted to do a garland around my front door this year. I wanted to do it last year and never got to it. So I'm making a point of doing it this year. So these are all just kind of leftover items that I didn't use inside and that I've had for years. And I'm just going to kind of wing it and make it work. So hopefully this turns out cute. All right, I have it finished. I've added some urns with some poinsettias to the porch and my vintage blow mold Santa and toy soldier. And I really like how this turned out. Again, don't mind the cobwebs. I still have to get in and take care of that. But I'm really happy with how this turned out, especially considering that I didn't really have an exact plan of how I wanted to do this, and I was just using a bunch of leftovers. So I think it came together nicely. I added my little gingerbread men picks up into the top by my reindeer here, and that all kind of ties in with my overall theme this year of the gingerbread and peppermints and candy cane look. The gingerbread picks were picked up at Michael's. And I think this is a lot of fun. I think my little nephews are really going to enjoy this when they come over for Christmas Eve. And I just left my bird cage here. You saw that I picked that up in Texas over the summer. I am going to be putting a chandelier inside of that. And until I get to it, it's just going to remain on the porch. I may take that corner shelf out. I'm not sure yet. At this point, I'm running out of time and gas, so I may just leave it. But I really hope you guys have enjoyed how this turned out today. I am going to show you what it looks like at night, so stick with me here. If you enjoyed today's video, I would love it if you would give it a thumbs up. If you are new to our channel, we would love for you to join our YouTube family by hitting that red subscribe button, along with the notification bell and the word all, so that you'll be notified each time we upload a new video. You can also follow us over on Facebook and Instagram. Those links will be in the description box below. I hope everybody has a very blessed and Merry Christmas this year. I hope you're spending it with your loved ones. I know we will be, and we are just looking forward to being with family and enjoying the true spirit of Christmas. Until next time, bye-bye.